Good evening, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, angry faithful of all ages. This is Nerd Sports, episode 221. Our lovely introduction music is by far, in a way, very noticeable, identifiable. Colin and I exchanged looks a couple of times last Friday night when we were at this Sugarland Space Cowboys game because, yes, it is public domain and free use, but they use it to introduce some of the like you know other players from the visiting team, and I'm like, okay, that's then it struck me, what does one do to have to put like copyright, like file for the copyright on free use?
I don't know. Well, most of the time you can just probably just, if there's an actual artist for it, you can actually buy it.
A really good lawyer.
I mean,
no,
wouldn't it just be something as simple as maybe just going down to the copyright office and just renewing the copyright on it? Because Maria's here and she's on time. She was here at the beginning of the show. I don't want to say on time because that would delineate that she is somehow late all the time. No, Maria, thank you for being here. We appreciate you and everything that you do for us.
We have missed you.
You have been missed. But I'm like, I mean, we should just go down and find out how much it costs to renew the copyright on that piece of music right there. Can you imagine, like, stadiums around the country would, just as easily go find another piece of music to use, but
still,
I mean, coin's coin, right? I mean, come on.
So, some music director in some stadium is not going to be paying attention, and they will play it at least once.
Well, that's what happened with Trump over his. We actually talked about it, that he was using the White Stripes song, Seven Nations, and the lead singer is like, "No, I don't want him to use that," and he just. And the company that actually owned the song, it's like, no, he can use it. We'll actually give him like $50,000 for his stuff. He can use it for free.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that's legitimately, that should be something that we check, that we look into. I mean, it could be cool.
Wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, look at you can't do the birthday song.
Yeah, no, I mean that one was ruled upon by Congress themselves, but no, that was actually a Supreme Court decision. But yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. But yeah, I mean,
for that song,
I mean, what's the worst that they could do? Say no? I mean, come on. We've all been told no before.
Some more than others.
Yes. Some more than others.
I stop trying.
Oh my God. Yeah. Just, yeah. But,
that gets me every time. Every single freaking time.
That's because we all know.
Oh, I love some of those like AI generated videos that are out there. Maria, no, what's that? I mean, personally, I don't know.
Culprit.
But
there are rumors.
I've been through the grapevine on the Googles, and I think I know what it is.
But unfortunately, anytime David does research, he downloads the wrong version of a movie, and there we go. Moving on though, we are going to get back on track, and I'm going to turn things over, albeit briefly, to our esteemed producer David Dickerman for this week's Weird Sport. David,
this is kind of, we always see the combination of sports and see how it's played. This is tackle basketball, which if you're in the Yeah, if you're in the projects or anything like that, or the barrio, it's that way anyway. So you don't have pads. But yeah, 1st to 5 wins.
Wow.
I mean, it's not even. I mean, if you don't like,
I've seen.
I mean, this is basically just a video clip from the WNBA.
yeah,
Oh God. Speaking of, did you see the clown show they put
Look,
up?
see, I mean,
yeah. We'll get into that because I looked at on that and it's ridiculous. Let Johnny do his baseball news, and me and Chris will go into the WNBA.
oh, okay, so yeah, so the second half has started. It started Thursday. Actually, no, it started. No, it started Thursday. No, it started Friday. Anyway, digressing. The Red Sox, which were arguably the hottest team in the nation, um, went into the break, All-Star break, winning their last 10 games, and then proceeded to go into the friendly confines of Wrigley Field and lost 2 out of 3 to the Cubs. Right now, they're in the bottom of the ninth in Philadelphia, tied it to apiece. So hopefully, they get the ship righted and they're able to walk away with a win there. Um, the trade rumors are starting to swirl because hot stove season is upon us, everybody, and teams are scrambling to make deadline moves to bolster their team's chances for a long, stint in the postseason. Jarren Duran, the Red Sox left fielder, is reported to remain a possibility for trade, and I'm like, this would be a very bad fucking idea. Just simply due to the fact that, while you've got a surplus of outfielders, use one of them. One of your underperforming outfielders, because Jarren Duran, I mean, this dude has basically taken the team on his shoulders, and you know, it- without giving him the C patch to wear on his jersey, it's there's a lot of things. It doesn't matter what profession you're in, whether it's military, whether it's sports, whether it's business, what have you, or whether it's just the podcast community. There's always that one person, right? That really kind of acts as the glue, so to speak, behind the scenes. That makes sure that everybody's on the same sheet of music. That kind of a situation. For us, a lot of times that person is David. Um, for for the good Cowboys teams of the '90s, it was Emmitt Smith. And you're going to have that one guy that's in the locker room who's always building people up while he's out there letting his talent do the talking for him. Here lately, over the last couple of years, that has been Jarren Duran. I mean, we're all starting. I mean, the baseball world is starting to see what kind of a person that Rafael Devers was and continues to be out there in San Francisco. San Francisco is really starting to regret that trade that they made with us, us being the Red Sox. So, well, I would like to see Jarren Duran stay put. Let them trade somebody else. Honestly, I mean, even if they were to justify it by bolstering the bullpen, I still think that they would come out on the short end of the stick on that trade because they would get players that are subpar, and you would get relievers that, or maybe a spot starter that's not going to be consistent. I mean, otherwise, why would they have traded them, right? So I just whenever you're talking about big pieces like that, I mean, I know a lot of it is there's emotional ties to a player, things like that. But on the business side of it, I think that this is a really bad move, and that's just kind of my 2 cents on it. But I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. It really does. I don't know. It just it's got that Mookie Betts trade type feel to it. You know, it's a generational talent being traded away for almost nothing. So I don't know. But the second half has kicked off. The MLB draft did occur right after the All-Star game. I haven't finished my complete analysis of that yet. I know that I'm like way behind on it. But you know, it is what it is. Now the uniforms for the Speedway Classic between the Braves and the Cincinnati Reds coming up at the end of this month, or no, the end of August. Dude, these are kind of cool. I mean, they've got race graphics on the hats. I mean, like the Atlanta Braves have flames on the bill of their cap. You know, a la some, you know, like Jeff Gordon-esque type, you know, stuff going on there. The Cincinnati Reds have got like the checkered flag on the bill of their cap, which is kind of cool, but the numbers look like the font you would see on the side of a race car. So those are one-off uniform, and I dig the look, man. I really do. So they've already made the transition. They've already installed the baseball field and the grandstands inside the infield. They made it fit. And then apparently Tim McGraw and Pitbull are going to be pregame or maybe even postgame concert fodder for the fans that do get lucky enough to win the lottery and get tickets to that game. So I don't know. Not a whole lot in the way of baseball news. Let me see here. Oh, the quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, Will Levis, he is out for the year. He had surgery on his shoulder today, so that's going to put him out for the year, which is almost going to guarantee handing the starting job to the number 1 pick, Cam Ward, for Tennessee. So, you know, we can almost guarantee that Tennessee's going to have a bad year. So, I mean, they might squeeze out 3-4 wins this year. I'm thinking maybe 5 tops, but
And this
I
would
don't
be
know.
from any other year. How?
Well, I'm just saying, you know, because of the hype, you know, they've got the number 1 overall pick, and it's not going to do anything for him. So, I mean, this dude, I mean, I would even go out on a limb and say that Shedeur Sanders is going to have more passing yards than Cam Ward will. And Shedeur Sanders is not going to start for the Cleveland Browns. So
he'll be lucky to play for the Cleveland
I mean, let me see here. Quarterback Phillip Rivers officially retires with the Chargers. He said, quote, "I want to be a Bolt for life." So, hey, good for you. Now you can go get a TV analyst job and just kind of fade into obscurity like your entire career was.
No, they don't get TV analyst jobs anymore. They just give them like podcasts.
Oh well, yeah, that is true. To get an analyst job or to get a TV job, you know, you got to have at least a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
So
Abbott.
I mean, Phillip Rivers, his career, he was actually drafted by the New York Giants. Eli Manning, you know, was drafted by the San Diego Chargers back in the day, through a big time world class temper tantrum. I don't want to play for the Chargers. I don't want to play. Daddy, make them trade me. So, you know, the powers that be stepped in and facilitated a trade between the New York Giants and the San Diego Chargers at the time. And they basically traded draft picks. New York sent Phillip Rivers to San Diego, and San Diego sent Eli Manning to New York. And we see how that all played out. So, not saying that if Phillip Rivers would have stayed in New York, he would have won himself a couple of Super Bowls, because, I mean, it's Phillip Rivers.
Hey, he always did well on my fantasy teams.
Stat wise, yes. Passing yards, all that other good thing, you know, good stuff. But his defense has never stood up for him. His offensive line forgot how to block a lot of times. So, I mean, his receivers could catch the ball. They just couldn't ever break away from their defenders.
Also true.
So, let me see here. The Crypt Keeper, aka Jerry Jones, says, "quote There is nothing new regarding the Parsons contract talks, so we'll see what happens." Uncle Rico is probably going to start as an end rusher for the Cowboys this year, so we'll see. Let me see.
Hey, Uncle
here.
Rico is quarterback or nothing.
Hey, you know what? If Coach just would have put him in, they could have won state.
Absolutely.
And
I'll bet
as a
you
matter of fact, he could throw a football over that mountain,
all the way over that mountain.
all the way.
Yeah, man. If he was in there now with what he knows now, and had that body back then, man,
If he'd have known then what he knew now.
man.
I
never know.
mean,
Still can't stand that movie. There's only like
he would have never had a desire to buy a faulty time machine and potentially damage his genetic code.
I forgot about that part.
He's like
work.
he's like, Kip, turn it off. Turn it off. And Kip is over there smiling as he's turning up the juice.
Turn off.
He's like, he goes, stupid thing doesn't work. And he's like, I could have told you that. He's over there. He's got a bag of peas on his balls.
Oh my god.
I still think the funniest part of that whole movie is when that farmer killed the cow. It's just so random. It was so random. It was
No, the grandma left a note for Napoleon. She's like,
Yeah.
make sure you feed Tina. The dude from the chicken farm is going to come take care of the cow.
Yep.
And that way we'll have steaks in the freezer. And it was right at the beginning of the movie. It's just
and
like
Rico eats all the damn steaks.
and he does. Oh man, I'm like, dude, okay. I had to go to Walmart today with the wife, and I swear there was a woman in there who straight up looked like the grandma from Napoleon Dynamite. Like, I had to do a double take because I'm like, am I seeing what I'm seeing? And then when I went to go look, she had already turned the corner, but like just the jean shorts, the mullet, and like the keychain that hung off the belt loop, a whole 9 yards, dude. And I'm like, she likes fish sticks. So
What are you, a gay fish?
No,
oh.
there's one other NBA news or not NFL news that
Who got arrested? No.
no, it's actually Donald Trump.
It's the
but
only
he's not.
NFL news that you ever bring up is who got arrested.
Well, that's the only
Oh.
thing that comes up half the time. No, Donald Trump wants the Washington Redskins back name, and he's the Cleveland Indians back too. So that was his rant for this weekend,
I heard
which I'm all for the
about
chaos.
that. I did hear
I mean, that's what we're here for. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just
gonna
saying,
let you
I agree.
two- Go ahead.
On the Blackfoot Reservation, and everybody on the reservation had Redskins gear. Fucking
Yeah. I mean,
everybody.
and as far as the Cleveland Guardians go, I mean, they're not going anywhere as the Guardians, which is why they changed their name back way in the day to begin with.
Yeah.
Bring back Chief Wahoo, man. Come on. I am
Right?
here for it. You want to talk about a fan base that will just like sell out for that first game back as an Indian? Come on. You might even get to see Pedro Serrano in there, dude.
Awesome.
He'd come in there and he'd be like, I stuck up for you. I defend you. You know, help me now. I say, fuck you. I'll do it myself.
Say fuck you.
I've got that shirt hanging in my closet from baseballism. It's like, it's very bad to steal Jobu's rum. It's got a picture of Jobu on the shirt. I fucking love that shirt, man.
Awesome.
Oh man. All right. So you two, I'm gonna let you guys handle the WNBA news.
Okay, this weekend was the All-Star game for the WNBA. and all the WNBA players wore a shirt that says "Pay us what we are owed."
Yeah, pay us what you owe us. To
Yes.
which I reply, you're already being paid what you are owed. You are in a league that lost $40 million last year in your 25, 27 seasons, whatever it's been. You have never showed a profit. If you were paid what you were owed, you would owe the league money. You would not be making a paycheck. You would be paying to be able to play if you are paid what you are owed. So shut up, play the damn game, and accept what paychecks you are actually able to get from the NBA.
Well, the other stuff is they just made a $2.2 billion media deal. That's another, and this is the new contract season for
I'm
that.
sorry. Did you say million with an M?
No, 2.2 billion.
Billion. Okay. All right. I just wanted to clarify for those
billion.
of us keeping score at
Yeah.
home. So yeah.
No, there was an M in there, but it was media.
Oh, okay.
2.2 billion media deal. But would they also have expansion fees for 250 million? But most of their stuff they have to actually pay back to the NBA and other stockholders. That's the whole reason why they don't get paid. I mean, I was looking at how much they actually get paid. Most of their money, if they actually have millions of dollars, is through sponsorships and all the other deals. They get paid only about $75,000 a year.
Yeah, and I don't begrudge them at all. Their sponsorship deals, you get your bag that way. That's fine, but don't go crying about your actual deal with a team in a league that does not make money. You hemorrhage money. Like I said, they lost 40 million, and the only reason they got paid at all is because the NBA subsidizes them.
Yeah. And also it just reminds me of that whole time where the soccer players, the women's soccer team was screaming out, or the women's soccer league was screaming out, we don't get paid that much. And what did we find out there? That they're actually getting paid more,
like per player, like as a percentage. Yeah.
Speaking of women's
soccer, did you also see the way that they were playing at the actual game, the quote unquote highlights from the game itself? It was brick after brick after brick after brick. It was painful.
Oh yeah.
And that's the level of play that you bring after screaming, pay us what you owe us. Really?
I mean, if you build a house with as many bricks as they showed, you would actually be very good at real estate.
Did you guys see Shane Gillis hosting the ESPYs?
Another thing. Oh God. Oh gosh.
Dude, he said, and sitting next to my wife is her friend, 4-time WNBA All-Star, and I forget the name that he threw out there. And everybody starts clapping. He goes, "No, I'm just kidding. She's never played professional sports. I just wanted to show that nobody knows a WNBA star."
I knew nobody knows anybody in the WNBA.
Right. And then like he's sitting there at the beginning of his monologue. I mean, one of the little barbs that he threw out, dude, I died. He goes, yeah, and Megan Rapone is not here, so good times. Everybody starts laughing, dude. I'm like, that's good stuff right there, boy.
He pissed some people off there. There were a lot of people that were complaining about it. It's like, you know what?
The whole Caitlin Clark remark that he made, he goes, when she retires from the WNBA, she's going to work at a Waffle House so she can continue to fulfill her dream, which is get into fistfights with black women. I was like, ooh.
That was a good one.
All right, he's talking about that one player from the Oklahoma City Thunder, I think it is. He goes, now everybody around him is already in foul trouble. Like, oh yeah, I mean
that was on the level of Ricky Gervais and his
Ricky Gervais, dude. That was so good. I just keep.
You're
I don't.
from-
I stopped caring about the ESPYS years ago. You know, I mean, because it just became another like political platform for players to sound off and sound like they're trying to be intelligent.
Unless you're Shane Gillis, then you get to rip everybody apart.
Well, that's the only reason why I even watched the clips this year.
Yeah.
And I mean, because to be completely honest, dude, that award show.
Oh, it was.
I mean, I watched the clips from when Peyton Manning hosted it, and I mean, Peyton Manning's a funny dude. Say what you want about him,
right.
but Shane Gillis took it to a whole new level, man. Because it's like he ain't got no love for them hoes, dude, at all. I mean, he's like, I will humble you, and I will smile while I'm doing it. Because I mean, he got paid up front, so he didn't care.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll
And,
make sure you get paid up front.
and I'm sure that if they ask him to come back next year, if they even remotely tell him you have to run your jokes by us first, he's gonna be like, yeah, here's your money back. It just Shane Gillis strikes me as the kind of guy that would do anything for a paycheck, but he also stands on his morals, kind of a situation. So I mean, I think that he has a decent set of beliefs about him, like a good head on those shoulders, and he just is a very kind of like a blue collar-esque kind of a guy. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's not going to stifle himself just to make them feel better.
No, but yeah, no, his monologues were just on point all night long, and I'm just sitting there like, even the ones that bombed in that room, dude, they just hit differently out here in the real world.
Oh,
It was great.
It was funny because he knew they bombed, and he would just like shrug it off, and he would just like laugh and shrug it off and be like, "Fuck it, TikTok's gonna laugh at it."
Yeah, I mean, and we did. So
Yeah.
all right. So Colin, before we get into NASCAR news, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Rising from the smoke and haze of desolation comes a Spartan. He is bent on wronging that which has been set right. It's the greatest genetic code ever to exist here for your ears and eyes to feast upon. Spartan Colin, I hope you're bringing the smoke tonight. Someone get me a joke.
What do you call a lesbian's fingers? Fish sticks.
Okay. And okay. I made the comment about fish sticks earlier tonight, and I had no idea about the joke.
Yeah, when I heard you comment on it, I'm like, oh, that's gonna fit well.
Like
Shut up, Dad.
Fingers. I get it. I see what you did there, Colin. Good job.
And what did Bill Cosby and dentist have in common?
Oh God.
They both knock you out before drilling your cavity.
Oh my God.
Oh no! Oh my God! Speaking of, did you guys see this? So the Coldplay memes that have been coming out. There was one with that lady that was like passed out. Bill Cosby behind her holding her.
Yes. Dude, the whole Coldplay CEO stuff, I didn't know how far it was going to go because
oh man,
ballparks everywhere. They had the Coldplay cam.
Anybody that has any kind of cam now has been doing a joke.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, and I'm surprised. I'm surprised that we didn't see it in Sugarland on Friday night. But
right,
dude, it was. I mean, it was hilarious. I mean, the internet did not disappoint.
No,
and they still, and they're still. I mean, just still coming on strong. I'm waiting for the Bigfoot and Yeti videos to do a Coldplay.
Yeah.
No, they've done it. You just gotta find them.
The Yeti AI ones.
Yeah. Oh, did you find out? I found out this on Friday. That dude is set to lose $750 million through the death warrant.
Oh yeah. The memes were already out. Oh yeah. Okay. So,
Although somebody was like, so, if something does happen in that, the company, say somebody, there's infidelity inside the company, who are they going to go to now?
Oh, they already. They are.
HR
They already.
director.
They
Yeah.
put. They
Oh,
put.
and the woman that originally
HR
uploaded.
director that's cheating
Yeah.
with the CEO.
Oh, she gone.
She
gone.
can't have any
Both
Yeah.
of them are gone.
But the lady that originally uploaded that video to TikTok, dude, she is about to cash in
Oh, yeah.
hard. Because that video getting replayed, getting memed. I mean, she's looking at probably close to, I don't know, like 8 figures by the end of the year.
Yeah, it would be sick.
No, would it now? I saw like a 23 number, like a number in the 20s today. Because by the time the end of the year rolls around, I mean, this thing is going to ride its way for about, another couple of weeks, right? But by the time it's all said and done, it's all based off of her video.
Yeah.
That's basically her intellectual property, right? That's her original contents. I mean, it all goes back to the root upload. She's looking at making a ton of cash off of that. I mean, she's gonna make a lot of money.
Even just the like TikTok views alone, as many times as that's been replayed and everything.
Oh yeah.
Just that alone is going to make her a ton of money.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey,
Millions of views.
Good for her. I mean, just don't do what the Hawk Tua girl did and come out with your own Bitcoin. Don't do that.
And then jerk the rug out.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Don't short sell your people. I mean, let's just take the cash, invest it wisely, and just kind of disappear. But yeah, I was like, good God, that blew up in such a huge way. Like, you saw the memes like that day. It was like,
oh yeah,
the dude's wife and the kids were like making, she was making them breakfast, for school or whatever, packing their lunches. And the oldest goes, "Mommy, why are we so rich all of a sudden?" It's like,
Daddy went to a Coldplay concert. That's how.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, like there's a lot of theories going around. Like, he was supposed to take her to that concert.
Oh man, that's the word.
Kind of a deal.
One of the jokes where like, imagine waking up in the morning and they're like, it's not even the worst part is finding out that your husband's a Coldplay fan.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Coldplay is about to become the new Nickelback. So yeah. I mean,
there are people that are going after them, or like how can you
here's my take.
This is
how are they gonna know?
An intimate moment for them, and I'm like, fuck them. They're in public.
It was a kiss cam, for crying out loud.
Yeah, it was supposed to be fun. Those are the type of people that are basically in our comment section.
I mean, shame on them for not being situationally aware enough to go, you know what, maybe we should sit the fuck down.
And the coworker next to them too. Fuck
yeah,
because she knew exactly what was going on the whole time.
Yeah. Like, come on,
you can see from her reaction, she knew exactly what was happening.
Yeah, it
probably used her as an alibi too.
Well, not anymore.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I mean, and like, you imagine though. I mean, you look at that dude, the CEO. I mean, he kind of comes across as a little bit, beta, right?
Yeah.
For her to cheat on her husband with him, can you imagine the type of cuck that her husband is?
Yeah.
Oof, rough.
Let me.
Yeah, that was
someone brought this up at work today, and
that's like school teachers cheating on their husbands with like teenagers.
Yeah, with like a 15-year-old.
Yeah, like, dude, really?
Like, they don't even know what they're doing yet. Seriously.
Okay.
I mean,
I know that's
I mean, at best, dude's got like what, a Vienna sausage, you know?
Okay. I'm gonna post something. Here is the wife and the fling comparison. The one in the blue is the wife.
Yo,
Yeah.
bro, come on, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what it is?
that's just sad.
And here's what it is. He was banging the duff just to see if he could still do it. That's all it is. No, that's all it was. It was just an ego stroke. He's like, you know what? She's the ugly girl. You know, like,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
all my coworkers were talking about it, and they're like, "Have you seen his wife though?" I'm like,
wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on. Are we? Okay. All right. So that is his wife. Okay. All right. I was like,
Yeah.
the way that if you read that the article, the title of that article, it's like she goes, I know how the Coldplay Kiss Cam CEO, the CEO's wife will be feeling because it happened to me, and it's like that's the way it makes it sound. The way that title reads is that picture is not her.
Yeah.
Like it's somebody else that it happened to. I'm just saying that's all that it,
Yeah.
Anyway, regardless,
I had to
but
look
still, I you know what? I got nothing. I got nothing. I just no.
I can't. Yeah,
I mean that's what dudes do most of the time though, is they do stupid stuff with and his wife is
That
gorgeous.
ego. And you know that's what it was. It was a power thing. It's completely about ego. 100%.
Yeah, that's all it is. But
But
okay,
start
so
thinking, little brain.
Well, hopefully she enjoys the $750 million.
hey, you know what? She can make it stretch. I think she can get by on that.
Hopefully, yeah.
Slipping out through the fog of war, this Spartan continues the fight. Your souls have become collateral damage in the battle against the flood of moral supremacy. Leave your expectations at the door and marvel before the pillar of tactical prowess. Ladies and gentlemen, angry faithful of all ages, this has been Joke Time with Colin.
Okay.
After we hijacked the whole segment.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So
Sorry, Colin.
apparently, Bubba Wallace cannot keep from stepping on his own 2 feet.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I sent you that thing.
Well, it's not even so much that. There's other things.
Yeah, I know.
So, hold on. I'm going to get to that as to why I almost called him Colin Kaepernick. Bubba Wallace made comments that NASCAR should change the white flag because it's racist, right? Which for years the white flag is, signified the final lap, right?
Yeah.
Well, Danica Patrick put out a TikTok and she called him the Colin Kaepernick of NASCAR.
That was
Then Bubba Wallace, then Wallace went out. Then Wallace went out and filed a suit against Danica Patrick for racism.
Yeah.
I'm like, one of these does not.
Is it a
fit.
defamation or what? What is he even?
No,
I
he
mean,
just straight up sued her for racism. It just that's it.
Okay.
I'm like, really? That's the best
It's
your
not
lawyer,
illegal.
the best your PR person could come up with is
Didn't she lose her job?
It's gonna
No.
get.
No.
Danica Patrick. She
Well,
chose.
just
I
say
mean,
whatever the fuck she wants.
she left NASCAR.
No,
Right?
there is someone that called him that, and they lost something.
No, I have not seen anything.
Oh,
But
seems to me.
so but the article that David is referring to is by the Mirror US. It's Jeremy Goldstein is the byline. He's US sports reporter. NASCAR fires back at Bubba Wallace claims over transfer amid 2311 racing lawsuit. On Monday, 2311 Racing and Front Row Motorsports filed for a temporary restraining order and preliminary injunction to allow their 6 charters to continue competing throughout the remainder of the season while their antitrust lawsuit against NASCAR proceeds. Part of the team's argument centers on the possibility that their drivers, including, it says stars, I'm using that term loosely, Bubba Wallace and Tyler Reddick from 2311 might transfer to different teams to secure rides in chartered vehicles. Now, NASCAR has countered the restraining order request. According to The Athletic, the organization argued in its recent court filing that there is no creditable risk or even threat that any of plaintiff's drivers will leave midseason, let alone over the next 2 weeks. None of their evidence can even makes that claim. Now, 2311's contract with driver Riley Herbst similar. I see there. I'm coming down with a case of the David Yips. Similarly, requires that Herbst be provided with a chartered car, as does Front Row's contract with Noah Gragson. Now, other drivers have expressed similar urgent concerns. Bubba Wallace informed 2311 that he needs to know how it intends to compete immediately so that he can explore seats with other teams. In response to the joint restraining order, NASCAR further clarified its stance in the statement earlier this week. Quote, "We have yet to receive a proposal from 2311 or Front Row, as they have instead preferred to continue their damaging and distracting lawsuit," the circuit stated. Now, NASCAR will defend its integrity against this baseless lawsuit that threatens to divide the stakeholders committed to serving race fans everywhere. We remain focused on collaborating with the 13 race teams that signed the 2025 charter agreements and share our mutual goal of delivering the best racing in the world each week, including this weekend in Dover. Wallace and Reddick will have to compete in at least the next 2 weeks as open teams after a district judge refused to award the temporary restraining order. This means that the drivers will not be guaranteed entry into the race and must qualify on speed should more than 40 cars be entered. Which, okay, now for those wanting to know, well, what do the charters mean? Okay, well, the charters mean that the teams get guaranteed a starting spot as long as they're guaranteed a starting spot every week, right? And they pay a charter fee to NASCAR every year, or multiple years for how, if they set up a long-term contract for that car number. Now, charters didn't used to mean a whole lot. I mean, they do now, obviously, with the sponsorship dollars and things like that, at stake. Back in the day, in the 70s, 80s, 90s, even the early 2000s, when we had that rash of what they called start and park teams, you get these mom and pop guys, they come in there with these single car operation teams, and they would qualify on speed, get into the race, and then they would run a few laps, and then they would park, because they're guaranteed to, at the very least, receive the minimum, which is going to cover their overhead, and then a little bit some after that, right? Depending on what venue they're racing at, whether it be Talladega, whether it be Daytona or Atlanta, one of the bigger tracks, right? Larger market tracks. Now with the charters, NASCAR got into the charters more heavily to prevent things like start and park teams. So,
okay, here's another thing that I was wondering, because when I was watching the startup, they said because Bubba Wallace didn't have a seat, that he was only, if he won the purse, he would only get like 1/6, 1/16 or some shit like that.
As far as the purse breakdown is concerned, I'm not entirely sure how that affects it, because I mean, if you win the race, you win the race, and you should by default get that money, right? But like you said, with sponsorship dollars being what they are now, owners only pay for about 42 to 48% of the operating cost of a team for the entire season. The rest of it is made up with sponsorship dollars. That's why the cars have sponsors painted all over them. Well, printed all over them via the vinyl cover. But if you know, without that charter, you know, and you're having to rely on speed to get in, if more than 40 cars are entered for that weekend, then, you know, if you don't make the race because you weren't fast enough for qualifying, even to start at the back of the field, you know, that's a couple of $100,000 per weekend of sponsorship dollars that are just tossed down the tubes because that sponsor is not getting TV time anymore. You know, I mean, you know, when they say that those cars are rolling billboards, that's exactly what they are. I mean, you know, especially some of the bigger stars like Denny Hamlin or Ryan Blaney, uh, Joey Logano, I mean, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, William Byron. Those cars are featured on TV on the screen for a majority of the race, especially if they're performing well and they're up front, right? Um, and so, you know, the sponsors rely on performance of the drivers. If the driver is more consistent with their performance as far as like the number of top 10s, top 15s, top 20s versus top 10s versus, you know, and top 5s, or even winning, you know, victories, you know, obviously those sponsorship dollars are going to be more worth more. And then they're going to offer that driver or that team specifically for that car more money for the year, which
Okay,
means
I
that's
know.
less money that the owner has to pony up to fuel
Yeah.
that car
Okay.
every week.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I get. Uh, the reason why Bubba Wallace wouldn't make that much money, like if it was $1 million purse, he would only get like a portion of it because from what I'm looking at here, if you win the purse because he doesn't have a seat or anything, he would still owe $884,000 $1,000 and $420. That's because of the uh the amount of money it takes to run the race.
Yeah. You know, there's a running joke that's been going back for, I don't know, decades. Nobody ever gets into racing for the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that goes from the Saturday night dirt tracks, the short tracks, to, you know, the major touring circuits, whether it be, you know, street racing, whether it be road course racing, whether it be Le Mans, whether, you know, what have you, all the way up to NASCAR. I mean, a majority of what the driver makes via contract, on top of the winnings from the races each week, is based solely upon what sponsorship deals they can bring with them.
Yeah.
You know, just like when Dale Earnhardt Jr., for example, when he left Dale Earnhardt Incorporated and signed with Hendrick Motorsports to drive the number 88, right? Anheuser-Busch decided to go with Kevin Harvick back then. Okay, so we're not going to have the Budweiser car, obviously running for Hendrick Motorsports with the 88 on the side of the car. So they went out and they got Pepsi to sponsor with Mountain Dew and Amp Energy. Amp Energy was a different breed of energy drink, by the way. Then they had the National Guard car. You know, those were big dollars back then. You know, that was back when the military was throwing around sponsorship dollars for big recruitment pushes, right?
You mean like $15 million to The Rock for 45 seconds?
What an embarrassment that was.
Boy. But you know, it's I mean, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and plus on top of that, it's the name, right? You know, everybody knew the history, everybody knew the lineage, you know, but the performance of the driver, the popularity of the driver all of that ties into corporate sponsorship dollars and contract amounts and contract lengths. So, I mean, you look at, let me think of a driver here. I mean, you look at, let's say, just for sake of the argument, look at Joey Logano. Okay. He's a 3-time champ, right? And he's the defending series champion. Okay. So, he's had Pennzoil as a sponsor forever. And I mean forever. So when he signs his contract with Pennzoil, with Penske Racing, they're going to pay him X amount of dollars because he's proven that he can perform on the track, and very rarely will you see him finish outside the top 15. Okay. His car is guaranteed at some point during the course of the race, guaranteed TV time, and they're going to give him a considerable amount. Drivers also make money off of merchandising sales because of their likeness, the
that's
die cast, the hats, the t-shirts, the posters, things like that. If
Yeah.
their name is on a piece of merchandise, they're going to get a cut of that. And so,
I mean, which basically is any kind of sports nowadays. If your name goes on it, you get a portion of the cut.
Mhm.
But a lot, you don't sell if you don't win.
yeah, well, NASCAR used to be based on the old adage, win on Sunday, sell on Monday.
Yeah,
And 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 literally that is when they used to go to the showroom, get a car, take out the headlights, screw in steel plates, and throw in a roll cage and put that same showroom car on the track. I mean, that was when it was stock car racing, right? Back before everything became very specialized and over-engineered, and safety was a big issue, as it rightfully should be. I mean, take into consideration, for example, Chevy teams still run the Camaro. Chevy stopped producing the Camaro last year, and they announced that there's going to be a new Camaro body coming out next year for the Chevy team. So I don't know. But as long as the cars are safe, we don't see any more on-track fatalities, and and they really work towards making the cars safer in the way of, not seeing concussions and driver injuries inside the car. Like for last weekend, we saw it with Cody Ware. He had brake failure, I believe it was, and he ran straight into a tire barrier.
well,
Right.
this weekend wasn't even that.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Cody Ware, his steering wheel did what it was designed to do, but nobody ever sees that because they cut away from the in-car camera, right? His steering wheel broke. If his steering wheel hadn't have broke, it would have snapped his wrists, right?
Yeah.
But the concerning thing was the Hans device failed, his head and neck restraint, right? Which is HANS, which is the Hans, his head and neck restraint system. Head and neck system, which is, it's supposed to restrain everything, keep them from like having too much lateral movement, to prevent the brain from rushing forward and then stopping suddenly, at the front of your skull, creating concussion like
Concussion and TBI.
Yeah. So either and those Hans devices have a shelf life. So if they, I think they swap them out like every season or every half season. Like maybe they make them like limited to a finite number of races. Maybe it was a bad buckle or something like that, but it did not stop his forward movement. What stopped his forward movement was the 5-point harness that he was strapped into that seat. So that Hans device in that car, they're going to take that back to NASCAR's R&D center, and they're going to they're going to analyze it. They're going to tear it apart. They're going to do all the numbers. They're going to do the metallurgy on the steering wheel to make sure it performed properly, and they're going to figure out what happened with that Hans device. So, but as far as the charter situation is concerned,
Well, you don't want to talk about the monsoon that happened this weekend too?
Are we still talking racing?
Yes, the monsoon that happened. It delayed the game for like what, 30 minutes?
You mean the race that got cut short on Saturday night, which caused Connor Zilic, driver of the number 88 for Junior Motorsports, to win his second race in a row and his third race of
I
the
was
year?
talking about Sunday.
No, not that one.
Okay, yeah. It's you know, it's not a street course race because now we're starting to transition back into our oval racing portion of the season. Yeah, we're going to see maybe one, I think maybe two more road courses between now and the end of the year, and that includes the playoffs. So, yeah, they have wet weather tires, but you accelerate and brake at the rate that those guys do, and deal with the speeds and the momentum killing that they, momentum generation that they have to deal with on those ovals. And then you tell me that you're going to get a pair of rain tires to stick. I don't care what kind of surface you're racing on. I don't care what kind of compound you spray on the track, in what groove. Those guys are going to fail.
Oh yeah, because they had like three cars crash.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah. So, and depending on the amount of rain, there's these thing called weepers on the track. So what happens is that a lot of these tracks are concrete, right? So moisture builds up underneath the racing surface, and even after the track dries, right? And they're out there trying to race, that track temperature is heating up, right? One, because of the exhaust blasting down on it. Two, because of the sun blasting directly down upon it. Three, because of the jet dryers that they use to race, to prepare the racing surface anyway. What's that doing with the water that's underneath, trapped in little pockets, right? It's creating it to boil. So, and boiling water is very energetic. So it's got to have a place to go. So it finds a weakness in the concrete, because I don't care what people tell you, water is the sharpest sharpest thing in existence. It will find a way to get through everything, right? So you'll see these like little geysers come up out of the concrete in between pads or whatever, and those are called weepers, because once the pressure boils off, it just continues to flow, and it looks like a tear streak that runs down the racing surface. And if a guy hits that at speed, especially in a corner, the back end of that car is going to step out, and he's going to put a serious hurt on himself, drivers around him, and potentially fans in the stands.
Okay,
So,
I've found it. The Hans device is replaced every 5 years after major impact, or sooner if the wear is observed. Extreme heat or cold environment should be avoided, and they should be kept away from petroleum products and other corrosives, as they can affect even the strongest composite material and resin.
yeah, because they're made out of carbon fiber. So,
Yeah.
and with Cody Ware being who Cody Ware is, that guy keeps his body shop guys busy throughout the course of the week. So, but yeah, but getting back to the race at Dover, Denny Hamlin was the first driver this year to reach 4 victories. He had a 0.310 second margin of victory. He led for 67 laps. He also had the fastest lap of the race at 23.09 seconds. Can you imagine covering a mile at 23 seconds?
That's crazy.
I mean,
That's mind blowing. You know what's even funnier is way back when trains were first, the steam trains, there was the fastest one that they came up with was 45 miles an hour, and there were scientists in the day and age that said that they were trying to stop this from happening, because they said the human mind cannot comprehend going that fast. You would lose your mind, because the human mind couldn't comprehend going that
yeah,
fast.
but yeah, we've got people in orbit up around the planet in the ISS right now
17,000
going
miles an hour.
17,000 miles an hour. I mean, they're experiencing sunrises and sunsets multiple times within a 24-hour period. It's a wonderful thing.
Right.
But Chase Briscoe second. Alex Bowman with a bounce back performance finished third yesterday. Kyle Larson brought it home fourth, so he turned it around pretty good. Ty Gibbs finished fifth. Chase Elliott sixth. Bubba Wallace seventh. Ryan Blaney eighth. Chris Buescher ninth. Brett Keselowski rounds out your top 10. Kyle Busch, interestingly enough, he came home 11th. Now, what was interesting about that is listening to some of the in-car audio, especially right at the end of the race. Kyle Busch is having a discussion with his spotter, having a discussion with his crew chief. He's thanking the guys for being patient. They were really trying to get the car up there. And then you hear Richard Childress chime in. He's like, we have got to start bringing race cars because we are in some serious trouble, guys. And then it got dead quiet on the radio. So, I mean, Kyle Busch has not had the best of luck this year or even the second half of last year running for Richard Childress Racing. I would love to see Kyle Busch get back to victory lane. He's too good of a driver, in my opinion. No, I have not exactly been the biggest Kyle Busch fan for most of his career, but talent is what talent is. I mean, the guy is talented. So, I mean,
Right.
back in the day, it was one of these deals where, Kyle Busch used to be sponsored by M&Ms. And during that time, I refused to eat M&Ms. That's how bad I disliked Kyle Busch.
I gotta go, guys. Love you guys. I'll just to let everybody know, we're gonna start doing a Wednesday with me and Trey. So if y'all want to come in and do it with us, we start at 8:00 like we usually do.
And by do it, he means be a part of the show.
Oh, well, then I'm out.
Because I mean, I'm just giving you that preemptive no, David. That's what it is. We love you, man.
It's not a firm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not a firm no. Yeah, no.
I'm around.
But just to let y'all know.
Absolutely.
Love you guys.
Love you, man.
Love you, brother. Later. I was about to kick him out. like, dude, go get.
It's like, you actually gonna leave or not?
No, he's just kind of sitting there, like, what are you just gonna like? Nobody wants to see that. All right. But yeah, Kyle Busch, the guy's got talent. I mean, over the 3 different touring series between the Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Cup Series, he's got over 200 wins. I mean, he's won over 200 races as a NASCAR driver in one form or another. Say what you want. I mean, does he go down to the lower series and beat up on those guys? Yeah, sure, maybe a little bit, but it still takes talent to get those race cars around the track at the speeds that he's getting them around there at. So,
yeah,
I would love to see him get back to victory lane, especially before the end of this year. I would love to see Kyle Busch make the playoffs and bump, Bubba Wallace, who holds the last playoff spot by virtue of points right now. I would love to see that happen.
Yes.
Tyler Reddick finished 12th. Michael McDowell 13th. Joey Logano 14th. Austin Dillon 15th. Austin Cindric, Justin Haley, Christopher Bell, Ryan Preece, and Ty Dillon round out your top 20. The rest of the field is as follows. 21st is John Hunter Nemechek, Zane Smith, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Riley Herbst, Todd Gilliland, Daniel Suarez, Eric Jones, Josh Berry, Cole Custer, Shane Van Gisbergen, William Byron finishing 31st. He wrecked out of the race. So, I mean, at Dover, that's not hard to do. Noah Gregson, Rouse Chastain, JJ Yaley, Carson, JJ Yaley. Wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Right.
Carson Hocevar, Cody Ware, the aforementioned Cody Ware, and AJ Allmendinger rounding out the 37 cars. Out of all of that, you had 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 cars not finish the race. And then you had several cars that were several laps down. But let's see here. Next week, we are going to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Brickyard 400. Come on. There we go. There. Thank you very much. It is the championship round for the in-season tournament, but it's the Brickyard 400 presented by PPG. That will be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, owned by Roger Penske, because I can speak English, everybody, I promise.
Sometimes.
That is going to be in Indiana. It's 160 laps for 400 miles. The race will be on TNT. It will be on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway's radio and television network. It would also be on your SiriusXM NASCAR channel 90 or on SiriusXM app on your mobile devices or your phones. And in-car audio is also going to be on HBO Max. That is going to be this Sunday, July 27th at 1 o'clock Central Time. You know what? I'm going to watch that because it's nice to see that we finally got back to racing at Indianapolis as opposed to Indy Motor Speedway. I mean, Motor Park, which is where the road course is. And I'm just like, no,
It's not the same.
yeah, it's not the same. NASCAR's attempt to saturate this the schedule with road course racing. I don't know. I'm kind of over it.
Yeah.
I just really am. I'm over it. So, let me see here. The in-season challenge. We had some people that kind of came out of the just absolute woodwork. Between Ty Dillon and Alex Bowman, Ty Dillon for some reason beat Alex Bowman last week, and then Ty Dillon versus Hunter Nemechek was the setup this week, and of course Ty Dillon, finished better. Last week it was Ryan Preece and Josh Reddick, Ty Gibbs and Zane Smith. Of course, this week it was Josh Reddick and Ty Gibbs. For the final, Ty Dillon versus Ty Gibbs. Tie on tie violence, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be a fun thing to watch. We'll see what happens there, but as far as the standings are concerned for the regular season right now, Chase Elliott has actually assumed the regular season points lead. Moving up one spot, overtaking William Byron, who fell one spot to second. Kyle Larson holds third, 38 points back. Denny Hamlin moved up one spot with that victory. He has 39 points to the arrears. Tyler Reddick dropped down to fifth, 62 points behind. Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, Alex Bowman takes a jump 3 spots to the number 9 position. He's 155 points behind the points leader, but that definitely helps him cement as long as he can continue to be consistent. There's absolutely if he gets into the playoffs without a victory, it's going to be by virtue of his consistency, and he's getting hot at the right time. So I'm excited for that because I like Alex Bowman. I really do. Chris Buescher, Joey Logano is in 11th. Ross Chastain drops 3 places to 12th. Bubba Wallace is 13th in the points. Ryan Preece, Kyle Busch, and Ty Gibbs is in 16th. Now, as far as the playoff picture is concerned, Denny Hamlin, obviously, he is leading right now with 4 victories. Then it's Kyle Larson in second, Christopher Bell third, Shane Van Gisbergen in fourth with 3 victories, Chase Elliott with his 1 win, William Byron with his 2 wins, I think it is. Is it 2 wins? Yeah, I think he's got 2. No, he's got the 1. He's Daytona 500 earlier this year. Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, and Josh Berry round out the top 12. All of those drivers have wins. 13th through 16th do not have victories yet. 13th is Tyler Reddick. He has 156 points to the good. That's above the cut line. Alex Bowman with his jump up 3 spots in the standings, regular season standings, puts him a solid 63 points above the cut line. Chris Buescher at 44 plus, and Bubba Wallace holding on to the 16th and final playoff spot right now, 16 points above the cut line. Below him are Ryan.
Knock him out.
Oh yeah, below him, Ryan Preece in 17th. Kyle Busch, 39 points below the cut line. I think of everybody that is there, The drivers that I look at on this list that have a legitimate shot at winning a race between now and the end of the year, tightening up that playoff group, is going to be Kyle Busch in 18th. Right now, Brad Keselowski's 27th in the points. He's 140 points below the cut line. But if you get that victory, points are kind of irrelevant. And I saw something from Dale Earnhardt Jr. I think it was last week. He said that he really doesn't like the way that the points system is structured right now. He's like, you'll get a guy that will fall into or back into a win, and he's basically just kind of taking up space because he's so far back in the points,
Yep.
right? And like consistency has to be awarded as well as wins, right? So you're going to get those guys that can't get in there old school, and they're going to get into the playoffs without a win, and then they might reel off a win or two to advance to the next round or whatever. But I think Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, those are the two names that jump out at me right now. Now, if Carson Hocevar, who has had a couple of good weeks, a couple of good finishes, really great results over depending on what track he's running at. I mean, it's entirely feasible that any one of these drivers, from AJ Allmendinger all the way down to like Justin Haley, even Cody Ware, who is 352 points below the cut line. You know, it's one of those situations where it's like, if they were to reel off a win somehow and then find themselves in the playoffs, I don't know, maybe they might have a little bit of success. They might surprise some people and make it to the next round, maybe the round after that, but definitely not going to be championship weekend. But the two big names out there, Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski. I mean, Brad Keselowski, with the job that he has done at RFK Racing when he came in as part owner a couple of years back, he's really restructured the culture there at that race team. I mean, even the little details, if you listen to some of the interviews that he gives on Sirius XM, he talks about even like repainting the walls white, right? Retiling the floors, making sure that departments are separated instead of just everything out all over the place, right? I mean, when you used to walk into Penske Racing or Roush Fenway Racing, it was parts on it looked like a garage, right? Like an auto parts garage. Like mom and pop down there fixing cars, shade tree style. He went in there and really kind of restructured everything. He's like, look, my OCD is going to be a thing around here. So we're just going to, it's my world. We're just going to live in it. So I think that, like I said, below the bubble, those two names are going to be the names that stick out the most. But I am looking at the time. It is 13 minutes past the hour. So I think this is probably a really good spot to go ahead and land the plane this week, guys. Chris, again, I keep thinking about the weekend that we were down there, or up there rather, thinking geographically. Dude, we got to do that again sometime. That was so much fun.
And Jessica is already like looking forward to the next time as well. Like she had an absolute blast.
Yeah, that makes me smile. So,
yeah.
But we'll do it down here. We might not go Top Golf, but there's a place in Angleton called Mulligan's. It's basically the same kind of a thing.
Dude, there's and I don't remember if I sent it to you, but there's a batting cage that's set up like
Dugout. It's called Dugout Tavern. I think it's in the Woodlands. I think so.
It's somewhere over there.
Yeah.
That might be something to look at too.
Yeah, that's a place that I do want to check out. But Colin, your jokes this week, they were good, dude. They were.
This was a good outing.
Yeah, it was spectacular. But ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys and gals every week. Maria, as always, showing up, showing out. We really appreciate you, your steadfastness, your loyalty to the brand. So, hey, good for you. We are, I'm gonna find a new voiceover for the departure of the show, but for at least a couple more weeks, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States of America.
There was once a pirate, wonderful pirate. He was a terror on the high seas and a demon in the sheets. A credit to lesbians everywhere, really, a great lesbian pirate. Her name was Bearded Clam. She really was wonderful. Anyway, as she used to say, as she plundered both booty and pussy, scissor me timbers.
With that being said, I am your host, Johnny Skelton,
I am Chris Mountain Man Jecka.
I'm Colin Skelton.
and the aforementioned producer, David Dickerman, who departed us earlier tonight. We bid you adieu. Thank you very much. We will see you next week. Squirt, squirt. See you later. Go on, get